Oh, what again? What's with the tracking with me of lately? Like, why is it this awkward? Now, this is the second time that it's been a little off. There we go. That's what we want. Alright, hello everybody. My brain went. I don't know what's with me. This morning I felt like, fuck yeah, I'm ready. And now I'm not. Fuck, there it is again. Well, today's Thursday, obviously, which means we're only, fuck, we're only like 2 days to Christmas, which is exciting. But today we're going to be continuing, the fucking Archon story with that we started, like, because last week we annoyingly had to do a bit of the event thing, the test of coaching, which was really weird. I'm curious how that is going to, what the reason being behind that was. Yeah. And oh yes, just as a second, another reminder, which I'll remind at the end of the stream. Tomorrow's stream is going to be a different time because of work changing around because of the holidays. So tomorrow's stream will be around 5 PM instead of 12 PM like it usually is. Hopefully I won't be as tired as I am right now, because like I said, my energy in the afternoons and evenings tends to widely vary. Hence why even on Saturday, because I don't work, I tend to still stream around 12 PM because I can't always guarantee I have the energy by the evening. And the reason I do Sundays is because I spend time with my mum around lunchtime, and it's the same principle again. I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy by the evening, so that's why tomorrow. That's why what did I put the schedule for yesterday? For today, I've completely forgot my schedule. Because I think it is, yeah, it's Callisto. That's right, yeah, it's Callisto, which I'll see what we're doing. But I guess with that enough said, we will we always want to be streaming Christmas Day because it's spending time with family. And Saturday's question mark because I don't know what we're doing. We don't usually do anything Christmas Eve, but just in case, let's leave it question mark. But most likely, depending on where we get with today's stream, might be more Genshin. They're not going to come up with ideas when it comes to Christmas stuff. Because, like I said, Halloween's easy. Just play horror games. Christmas is like, I don't know. I'm not the best at coming up with ideas. But enough of my dumbassy brain. Let's switch to the game now. Everything seems to be, touch wood, good. Yeah, I did it right. Let's see. Let's select it. Do not. Ah. Oh, there's a brain one. Is that the right one? No, I'm just paranoid for I didn't. I did.
We're here! This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler! It's been a while.
Hello there.
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Thank you. I'll take you up on that offer. Can we take a walk in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you.
Oh, actually now. That was good stuff.
What would you like to know?
Oh, the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato these days.
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Yeah, as far as I can see, nothing has changed in the Yashiro Commission either. I was expecting as much, but it's still big and weird to know that.
Well, got any more questions?
That's all for now. Many thanks.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that.
Indeed.
Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend.
Aww.
And she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you.
Aww.
I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all.
I'm flattered.
I mean it. Whenever the Commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The Commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here. They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. Oh, the Commissioner is so fond of home comforts. They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around whom one can truly be themselves. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention. It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time. As someone who is old
Jesus
and gray
Christ.
enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much.
Oh, goddamn.
In the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company.
Thank you very much. I will visit again.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Paimon exit here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being really great. Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should come pay a visit again real soon. Ideally around dinner time.
Of course. You're always welcome.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next? Great! Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
God, she went on
Oh,
forever.
are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have some pie. Where are we going next? I was like half asleep. Paying attention. Hey, it's gonna be one of those days. This might be a short stream today because I can already feel my energy starting to go. At least the gamble to start off because sometimes it comes back, sometimes it disappears, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's just not there at all. See how it goes. Usually the best way.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Both.
Do my eyes deceive me,
Oh, it's
or
just
is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Do my eyes deceive you? Your mouth didn't move.
Xavier? What are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Do you know much about...
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
How well do you understand the history of this area?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago.
I've got time.
I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too.
Yeah, there was.
They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Looks like the doctor's still...
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already.
I am here.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
We are.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Pretty much. So, can I ask you one more question?
Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of the...
A kabuki mono?
That's it.
No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
So there's no more Kabuki, no. Did the Balladeer really manage to erase himself from history completely? So he must have wanted to create the world and restore everything back to the way it was, but so far it looks like he managed to create have owned it himself.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for.
Time to go back and see Lesser Lord Kusunagi.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
I love that. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. I have to use that one. That's actually it's key. All right.
Come on, you gotta keep it together. Why don't you grab something to eat? You can't go facing life's challenges on an empty stomach. All right, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Alrighty then. Alright, yeah, I keep forgetting to do it this way. But does she still remember the balladeer? That's the other question we have to ask ourselves. We'll find it soon enough.
Hey, it's them!
Oh yeah, what would their thing be on now? Because if Balladeer wiped himself from history.
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Are you still talking about the...
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh? Should we join them?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
That you let me read it this time.
Huh? Oh, of course.
I'm not reading all that. He's going to point out what the difference is.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Other than the fact that the Balladeer said he'd swap his names. He have taken all of
Well, what do you think?
masterpiece.
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
Sure.
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
Tell the two about what we learned.
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
No problem. See the weird pyramid thing in the distance.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Armanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh.
It is.
So there's no ghost story here after all.
Nope.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
Marin went dead. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, him have this guy having a British accent. I'm starting to get used to it. It's like with Xingying, however you pronounce her name. She's supposed to be from Liyue, which is Chinese, based in Chinese culture, but she has like a southern accent. It's like if they changed it now, you'd feel weird. Get used to it, I guess.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Got some things to take care of. for bye for now.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
No problem.
Welcome. See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
What was that fucking noise? Like a teapot. And I was going to see the little elf girl. Paladin there? Nope. Nope. He's down there. Over there. Over there. I was going to see her.
Nahida, we're here.
I am here.
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma.
I was investigating with the Balladeer.
The Balladeer? It sounds like some kind of code name.
Yep, she doesn't remember either. Oh no.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Even he doesn't remember. Just like last time, everything changed to, the effect as how well. Paladin acted quickly. He finished finished erasing himself before Nita could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers the things that were erased. Once again, am I the record keeper? Guess so.
Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
There are things that have happened that only I remember. I have to tell you the truth. Alright, okay. For once, this thing that pops up, I can actually click it and give me a chance to actually read it. With the heavy heart, you pieced back to this together. The stories that were broken in lost time. There was once one named Balladeer cleared by the Electro Archon. He was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in the Balladeer, thinking he had ruby life in his route or beyond the world, with the truth, the control of humanity, and only longing for the gods to be gone in his great so he turned to be harbored with gnosis and became that in everything. Finally he rested at Inazuma and learned the truth behind knowing how this eternal life was built on lies. He did unthinkable in acting to
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it.
Oh, so the machine still existed, but no one was in it.
Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because he literally changed the world?
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it.
So it didn't tell her about the great lucrative
A traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
Can you say that again?
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
I'm really not sure. We were enemies after all. I don't know this. This is so I can't say why he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything or save someone, or did he want to completely undo his? Everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there was to it. I still remember the question he asked me. He asked me straightly and honestly gave him this answer. Because I was great lucrative followers erase her own existence, but I can't tell Nikita that. To put another way, I know why the idea was so sure it would work, but I can't tell them that.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
I just feel empty. He's such a...
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yes.
Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that, and if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense, every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
It's not really time travel. The way I could put it, kind of like a good analogy on this, erasing stuff in Irminsul is basically like the Men in Black erase pen, right? Because when they erase people's memories, they put a false memory over that, but they don't change what happened. They just change the circumstances of what happened, and that's probably how this works with Irminsul. You don't change what happens; you change the circumstances. I mean, if someone dies, they still die, but they die in a different way. He changed the world in many ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Those and you say, what exactly did he want to fight back against the life, or did he wish he never existed at all? Sometimes I wish I'd never been born at all. Carry on, carry on. I already know that the balladeer's life is pretty much the lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody. Sort of TikTok in there.
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one.
Who is Cube?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us.
What is it?
It's a cube.
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Alright then. Do I just stick my head in it?
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
It's everything I said.
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
Oh, is that what happens to the information that is changed? It gets recorded as a fairy tale?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
I thought I could hear someone scratching at my door. Alright. Alrighty then. They won't stay in instead of coming in and out again. Okay.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki-mono in other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
Ah.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us, the now erased life of the balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur.
Oh.
The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends.
Aw.
The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own.
Oh yeah, because in the allegory, because he's a puppet and he seems human amongst the humans.
Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree, who had been abandoned by the humans.
Aww. I love the fox there with the cane. Little old man fox with his little cane. Yes. And the other one's got little glasses on. I actually wearing glasses in one.
The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender, and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin. The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing.
Aww.
The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good.
Oh, so no, the kitten's the balladeer. Makes sense, the colour and all that.
Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon.
So maybe the monster beforehand was the doctor? I'm trying to work at the allegories here.
How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
Poof!
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
I never had this feeling before.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head?
You got it. Come on, traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk.
Get some fresh air. Get some
Let's
food.
go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Aww. I wish I would bet the Balladeer shows up so we get something to eat. Let's see if I can get down there. All the way from here. Just drop in. Oh, the Grand Bazaar's underneath, either way. Yeah, it's like right there, so we need to just go roughly there. Well, I aimed wrong. Yeah, building, but that's still good enough. No, don't climb the building. Or we might run into
We're here! What should we eat first?
food. I can think that there's something I'm missing, something important. What have I forgotten?
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
I said food. Oh, sorry. It's just give me a minute. I'm still pondering. Process, not pondering.
Whatever you want. Well,
Should
Paimon will be
my
right
brain.
here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
This is how my brain feels right now. Let's dig this out. It's got to be in there somewhere. There was something about Emsor and eating oneself. Greater Lord Rupert of Argo. The knowledge.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Yes, that's it. Great Rupert of Argo. She said that no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. In other words, why would she need to change her own lesser Lord Kuznagi to do the deletion for her? There was no point.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
He stood up, but alright. No, I can't tell Pine. I don't. She doesn't know about Greater Lord Rukadafada. But this is still detail. It's simply not possible for the Balladeer to completely erase his own existence. In which case, the question is, what happened to him?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Oh, I knew it. But does he remember his past self? That's the better question.
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? The work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
Bit of both.
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss.
Oh, he's very polite.
I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
He's the better.
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
So he doesn't have his vision.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
Seems like it.
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First,
This is the
let
one
me get those
wanderer.
fruits you needed. Sunsetius, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Let's follow him.
Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Ah, god damn it. Stealth shit. Where is he? I lost him. Oh, we're not doing the stealth. Okay, cool. Because there'd be the buttons to crouch and stuff. That's good then. You realise how people find that very, very annoying. So it's once I said this a billion times over. No one likes forced stealth missions. No one likes to have to do stealth stuff in a game that isn't a stealth game.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetius? Isn't that a bit too cruel? Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Ah, guess I should wash them before I take them back.
That's what she said. if I once seen this with my own eyes, I would never believe it.
You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
A curious?
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
You're right. We were following you.
Have we met before?
Oh, he doesn't remember.
No, we haven't met. But you know me?
Yes.
I have no recollection.
So in erasing his past, his own self doesn't remember his own self. It's complicated, but I do know.
Are you absolutely sure?
Positive.
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. You're a puppet.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
There's something I want to
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Alright.
Then let's return to the city.
By fast traveling. There we go. Quick as easy. Easy peasy. And I just drop down around here. Back to the city we are, indeed.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you and me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't... No, you're right.
What's a weird collar thing? It looks like a door knocker. It's got a door knock on his neck. The door open if you knock it on the door knocker.
Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me.
Oh, it's back up. Oh, we're taking to. Yes, we are. Like we found the guy with the funny hat, but it's blue this time. It's not purple. It's weird because his elemental is wind now, which is anima, but he's blue. He's behind you. Oh fuck! Didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to look behind me. Alright. Oh. What you looking at?
Vahida! Vahida!
What's wrong?
We found the man in question. It is.
Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
Tell Lester Wilkins now what happened.
You say that you are trekking across to Vat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain.
Thanks for follow.
I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called previous incarnation.
Ooh.
Oh, like a past life or something?
I mean, that's what the kind of what I had with great Lord Travada.
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
A bit of an asshole. They can't put a polite word on it.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
We're just trying to think a way to start.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear. But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
Tells the wonder about his past.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
Well, we're getting very philosophical all of a sudden.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
Well, yes, he was an asshole, like I just said. Not as big of as an asshole as the doctor mind.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
We're each other's enemy.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street!
I guess it was somebody we used to know.
He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Still can't stop looking at his door knocker necklace. That's what it looks like.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Okay.
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Right as I ever be. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Ends up being a dungeon. Makes sense. That means we're probably reaching the end of this, because usually dungeon means last hurdle of it.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
I'll kick their ass like I always do.
Sounds like an immersive experience.
VR?
It's a good thing we came along.
I'm in VR.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
And now we're here just to finish the job.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge.
That's what
I
she
can't
said.
believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Good question. Are we gonna just fight some monsters? Ooh, a chest. Come on, fight you. Ah.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
It's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Oh, okay. Anything else around here though? You know, block still open? Right here. Aha! What's the point of the stairs? Ladders, isn't it? They take. Oh, Snam's gone. Oh, that's where it just was. Okay. Not sure why I'd need to do that, but alright. Ooh, another chest. Oh fuck, the floor's electric. The floor's electric. So the floor's lava, the floor's electrifying. Ah, well, there we go, got me again. Shocking, wasn't it?
Huh? What are we doing back here?
I hear a voice.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
Uh-oh.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
Oh.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him.
Oh, shit.
After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
Aww.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Ah. Any fighting? No matters. Whoa! Well, just some traps. Ah, you missed me. Another butthole portal.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Don't look big ass. Bit weird having the Raiden Shogun in there.
Scatter!
Ah, you missed. Ah, well, he didn't miss that.
Let's dance.
Let's end this quickly.
Power core.
There we go. That's one word. I'm bringing the heat.
I guess this is it.
Oh, more of you guys, huh?
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion.
My work.
You're trying to fuck with the Raiden Shogun. Bye.
Shine down.
That all you got?
No, I got this.
I miscalculated.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Behind it. Aha! No other chest. Okay. Ooh. Oh wait, wasn't this where we last saw the bad idea?
This place is dark.
I mean, not last, but you know, in the Inazuma story is what I meant to say.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
I remember this. It was an settling place.
Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the Abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have.
Hey.
Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Yeah, she kind of did.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
You see how it goes with her? Yeah, I wouldn't say so.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
You could say the plot freaking.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't
Staring?
you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Now you shall perish!
Fuck it.
Illusion shattered! Insolent! Over here!
Oh, here, this person. How about you get some fire?
Look at me. Just once more.
I actually really enjoyed that bowl. I mean, it was more like a belly button, actually, now that I think about it. Ah.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
Someone else is at the door. Knock at the door. Someone else is getting it.
Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
Oh, there's the doctor.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
No shit.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
He's the doctor. He's blamed for...
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Bejeebers.
Let's move on.
Move the belly button. Excuse me, sorry.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
Wow.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
What are you saying?
Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you, and I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
The true meaning of Great Lord Godfather's words. Sin can't erase themselves, and even the original Bellamy has gone. His person will live on in this place. Person's sin.
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself.
Oh, no, the other one wants to come in. Okay. Come in. To you two. It's because my room's the warmest, isn't it? You just want a drink? Oh, what downstairs? But I guess this one suddenly seems to be better.
So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
Okay, cutscene.
You have made your decision. Now, take this.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. He's gonna He's gonna absorb it. Oh, in the chest.
Set him free?
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
We're gonna have to fight him, aren't we?
Is he alright?
Uh-oh, that's... Yes, way.
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
Oh, there's vision.
Balladeer?
Oh, now instead of the door knocker thing, it's where he sticks his vision.
Die.
Uh-oh. This is good or bad?
This is trying my patience.
Look at him, floaty! I got a floaty!
Have you got any more stupid questions?
Oh, I am almost dead. Food. Ah, the epic music again, huh? Right, since it's just a balladeer. And there. Need my wind.
At my command, you shall fall.
Want to see it about that, bitch? I can float in the air. Not for long. Ah, time.
Wretched vermin.
He steps on them. Oh, please. I do love this floaty attack.
My endless cycle begins. The wind rises.
Still the best part of the map so far. There we go. Got him. My wind.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared. Did we win?
Well, we didn't really do anything.
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Now we have restored your memories.
You sound like you're concerned about me.
Oh no, it didn't stick on his chest, it's stuck on his cloth thing. So he still has the weird door knocker necklace.
But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
Aww.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Oh, Jesus, this bit. Ooh, there's a ball. Can I jump on the ball? Okay, not. Is there anything else in? Like a giant chest? I guess not. We'll make like a tree and leave then.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
You don't want to go by the Balladeer anymore?
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him.
Fair point.
I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the 6th is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Let's call it a temporary design.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Caught in a landslide? They're more fucking Bohemian Rhapsody references.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
Maybe she is.
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan.
Oh, this is honest about it.
But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Fair point again.
Very clever.
Clever
I
girl.
guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
It doesn't see you in that way.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered. Including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
Thank you. Let's hope you can find some answers.
I will try.
Traveler.
Yes?
After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Because I wanted to know what you'd changed.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
I don't do all this for a reward.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
Wow.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
I hope you can give me love.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
No. Just need time alone.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
Ooh.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too.
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
Huh? You want us to decide?
No! Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Have you got anything?
Oh, I guess I could choose. Oh, I see. Okay. Edit name. I don't know what I'm going to call them, but I need to make sure on the spellings. I was going to give him a silly name, but I'm not very good at naming stuff. Okay, so put with most of the tiles of the string. S E R E It's one of those things. I'm probably wasting my time because at the end of the day, they'll still call them by something via dialogue, and then just pop up like with the traveler's name. Yeah, U. Where's the U capital? Capital U. Lowercase U. Must have hit the cap. Scare. Just double check on that. Because the last thing I want to do is look like an idiot about misspelling it. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, cool. So I'm not very good at coming in, so I don't think it costs. Oh, his stream's acting up now. Fuck me. Someone's going this entire stream. Looks almost done. Right. I guess I'm gonna have to fix this now. Unless it sorts itself out, because this does happen from time to time. I'll also do it before I click X and everything. Yeah, it's not going to sort itself out. Right. The only option usually here is for me to let's just something open that I didn't realize was open. Did that finally fix it? No, it didn't. Or did it? Did it? So irritating. If it was like, I don't know, just started or halfway through, it'd be fine because we could just leave it to another day. But like I said, it's very clear they've got like what 20 minutes left of this. I mean, I guess. Because the only option I can feel like, if there's like 5 or 10 minutes, even less of this, we could just have to deal with this kind of lag and let it finish. That's the only option I can think of at this rate, because I've tried everything that I can think of. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, maybe. I think so. Like, I think it's probably the best option at this point because I don't have a lot of time to waste this. I've got like another hour before I have to stop and get ready for work and stuff. So that's why I need to try and resolve this as quickly as possible. Now it seems to be shifting. But how bad does that look? Yeah, it's pretty not great. It's really slow. But at the end of the day, it's probably better than nothing, right? Oh no, it stopped at red now. Because when it was shifting, I think it was fine. Yeah, it seems to be shifting now, which is not, I guess, not too bad. Yeah, we'll go with that. Like, I think for like the archive purposes, when I put this on YouTube, I'll leave all those other segments out. So anyone who's watching this on YouTube later, I did several tries, nothing worked, and now this seems to be shifting backwards and forwards. Considering we're close to the end, I might as well just leave it as it is. It's gonna dip between like frame rate now and again, so I do apologize. And anyone who's joined right now. Right, confirm.
I have no need for these names anymore.
Let me give this some more thought.
Okay.
Oh, I can't actually use that, huh?
Have you got anything?
I don't know what then. Wanderer?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I guess we'll go with the Wanderer then. You didn't want Scaramouche, fair enough. Yes, I think this will do.
Oh, alright. If you say so.
There's the Wanderer it is.
Now you have a name of your own.
A name that was calling himself before he didn't know who he was.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me!
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
What do you plan to do next?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer, will have to pay the price.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Unless they want to enjoy, and I do apologize to the frame rate. I've tried everything to try and fix it, but nothing seems to work. And rather than saving this for another day, because then we're like, wait, 5, 10, 20 minutes to the end of it, so might as well just finish it here and have this really annoying frame rate.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing. That day will come. Alright, we're done here. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore.
Yeah. There are some along the bumps along the way, but it's all over now.
So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
I would really be annoyed if there was actually like a high risk. Oh no, it's cut.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
Listen, I can't apologise enough about the lag. I said, okay, we're not far from done as I thought I would be, but I've tried everything I can think of, and it might just end up resolving itself eventually. Because this has happened before, where I've tried everything, then eventually it just it sorted itself. Where am I going? Oh, I'm out of stamina. That's not good. No, I don't really have the time to try and mess around. Probably not a good idea to do that. I have no stamina.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Rest up, Paimon.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase.
What about it?
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? Like, Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
Oh, she won't remember breaking the vase. Paimon bumped into the after thing. And broke it. But so why is the vase still broken?
You sound lost and confused.
Who's that?
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say?
Ooh, I wonder if that's the voice of the next arc.
When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate. Like a vase that falls to the ground, whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Believe your eyes. Does that mean I should trust my memory?
Anyway, that vase is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up?
I guess.
Feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
I wonder what else is in the future. And just as I thought, I knew there wasn't much left of this. Oh, something in my inventory. Oh. Ah. Oh, I see. I can change his name at any point if I want to. Okay. Neat. If I didn't like the name of the Wanderer, I can change it. Alrighty. Do I have, before we do fully end this today, anyone joining right now? I may say 12 minutes, but I've been streaming for approximately 2 hours, but I had an issue with lag and tried everything in my power to try and fix it. Well, this is what I knew could fix it, and it just didn't work, so we're dealing with a lot of lag for the end of the stream. But I guess it's better at the end of it than just the start of it. That would be more annoying. No, I don't. But I still have quite a lot of wishes. Do I dare? Because like I said, I want to save most of these for like I think that's a random one for Dia, but fuck it. I don't know what star rank he is, so not bothered if I get him, by the way. Just one of those cool if I am, cool if I don't. Let's see. Do I got a weapon. Neat. Alright then. We'll leave it at that then. Okay. Guess it'd be time to end this now. Because since this won't solve it, if this wasn't an issue, if we weren't having such terrible luck today with the stream, I'd probably continue the event that's going on, the story event, which is the test of courage thing. But I might end up just finishing that off stream, because the only reason we did it in the last stream was I needed to do it to continue the story for some reason. Still not entirely sure why, but hey ho. But it really depends with tomorrow. Like, hopefully nothing goes wrong tomorrow with stream. If we finish, if we finish, fucking goddamn it, my brain. If we finish Callisto Protocol tomorrow, which I think will most likely are, because horror games don't tend to be all that long. I think what we'll do for it's a weird thing to do probably for Saturday's stream, because I still don't know what I'm doing for that day. That's why we'll probably do the rest, because most events are only 17 days or 20 days. The story stuff tends to be fairly short, so maybe we'll do that instead on Saturday. I know, a weird thing to do for Christmas Eve, but I am there's my brain again. But I guess, like, just because it's Christmas Eve doesn't mean I have to do something that is Christmas related. But yeah, we'll see how, because tomorrow will be Crystal Protocol, maybe because tomorrow, oh crap, I thought the stream crashed a second ago. There's once again a reminder, my work's changing due to holiday, so the tomorrow's stream instead of being 12 PM, will be at 5 PM, but it depends where my energy is at the end of the day. So I might not end up streaming all together, depending on how I feel, because I've always said if I'm tired to the point where I'm going to fall asleep, I'm not going to stream, because I'm just going to make myself worse by doing that. But appreciate everyone stopping by, appreciate everyone sticking with this issue. Thankfully, it was only like 10 minutes of the rest of the stream with the lag. But I hope you have a good rest of your day, or even what time zone it may be, and I'll see you tomorrow for Callisto Protocol, probably the final one, probably. And hopefully won't have any issues with the stream, hopefully.